Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you subscribe to the channel, a big thank you to you. Today I've been asked from one of my subscribers on how to make a Comfrey salve or cream, so to speak. And yeah, so this is what we're going to do today. Well, it will take several days. Comfrey is a well-known plant for its medicinal properties, and comfrey is also called the bone knitter. Basically, it's been used for many centuries as a medicine, internally and externally. So you can also drink it as a tea. So today we make like a type of salve which can be applied externally to wounds, scuffs, any type of external injury, and also even for bone breakage. So, but look up references online to find out really what it can do. So basically I show you how to make it, or how I make it. There are several ways you can do it. You can do initially a cold fusion with oil. I'm using sweet almond oil, pure sweet almond oil. You can do a cold infusion first. I would suggest 10 to 1, and for about at least a month. Or you can do a hot extraction where it can take 3 hours, but I'm taking the medium. I'm using a warm extraction over several days. So okay, let's get to it. What do we need? I prefer to use a double boiler where you have a little pot goes into the bigger pot and you heat the bottom, but you can make it yourself to put a smaller pot in a larger pot. So this is just the kind of size I want, because I don't make big volumes. So what else do we need? We need that almond oil. So as I said, I use 10 to 1 with comfrey, and then also I add some dandelion root. I buy these. You can forage them yourself if you like. In the winter time, you can get the dandelion root. You can dig them up, dry them, chop them. Sometimes I do it. Or in the spring, when the flowers come, you can use the flowers and the leaves and the stem, chop it up and can use it. So, but I still got some left from last winter, so it's time to use it up. Some comfrey root. What else? Later on, to thicken it, I use just plain beeswax. You can use orange color or the white color. It's up to you. So okay, now we get cracking. Let's say I'm making a small batch. So let's start off with, let's put it on. You can measure in gram or milliliters, doesn't matter. Right. Let's take, right. Let's start with 300 grams or 300 milliliters. I add a little bit to it because they will because it's all dry, they will absorb some oil. So I add slightly less, a bit more, 320. So now I'm going to zero it again. Now I'm going to add 30 grams of Comfrey. And 15 grams of dandelion root. I don't take it too exact. Right. So here's how it looks like. And now we just put it in. So the water is already boiling. And I just turn it off. So that will now warm up. And then later on when it's cold, I switch it back on, heat it up again, let it cool down again. And then I do that for 2 or 3 days. So now we have to wait 2 or 3 days before I can show you the next step. And then the final product. So, okay. I hope I can do magic. Well, I can't do any magic. I can't make it any quicker, but here we are. So the infusion is ready now. And yeah, we had about 3 days. So let it cool down, let it heat up, let it cool down. So the next step is to filter it. Let me just put you down somewhere. Let's see if we can. Right, you can get all sorts of filters, but I tend to use these little vegetable sacks. You can buy them from Lidl, 2 for 75p, and they have all sort of good uses. I use it for mushroom foraging, or you can use it as a strainer. So of course, if you want no particles whatsoever in your salve, then you can get micron filters or finer filters, but this is what I use and this will do me. So basically just put it into there. Just take some. Yeah, just switch the water back on because we need it hot again for right. Let's pause for a minute. Right, I just cleaned the pot out quickly. Let's see how much we actually have. I mean, there are really no fine particles in there, so it's not really. I mean, you can let it drip for a while, but well, let's see how many we've got. So in the beginning we put about 320 milliliters of almond oil. We have 287 milliliters. of infused oil. Right, so now I'm gonna heat it back up. And so I use a rule of thumb, about 20 grams of beeswax for every 250 ml. That's roughly what I use. Then you can start off using a bit less, and then if it's not thick enough, then you reheat it and add some more until you get the consistency what you like. So 287, I put about 22 grams. Of beeswax. Well, 23 will do. And just like pellets. I mean, you can get some yellow ones, and the end product looks a bit more like golden. So as pots, I'm using some old pill pots, or some of old cream pots. So you can use anything you like. I mean, I normally put 2 smaller ones and then the rest on the bigger one, and then you can just refill the smaller ones. So, but as I say, you can do it the way you do it. I'm just giving it like the basics of how I do my salve. So, I mean, even with other herbs you put in there, it's totally up to you. You can do your research. I mean, you even can, if you got bay leaf, you can put bay leaves in there or some other herbs. It depends what you want out of the salve, the purpose or the remedy you like. So, as I say, these are great nuts for all sorts. Yeah. Very good for mushroom foraging. Right, I'll just add the beeswax to the oil. And we're just waiting to dissolve now. Yeah, as soon as it's dissolved, then we can just fill up the tubs. And we're done. Oop. Yeah, should have listened a little bit earlier. That's what happens with a double boiler. There should be enough heat to dissolve it. So as you can see, it's already started to dissolve. Yeah, so any minute now we can put it in our little tubs. There you go. Right, let's just pour it in. Perfect. I mean, to buy these in the shop is about £5, £6, £7 per 50 ml. So, but that way it works out much cheaper, and you can do your own. I will leave it open, and I can show you when it's set. So I will just leave it here to set, and then I'll show you when we're finished. Right, it's set now. So, well, nearly. It gets a bit harder. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's nearly set. So, as I said, we use the cream virtually on a daily basis. Bruises, wounds, whatever children's injuries are, knocking their heads, knocking their arms, whatever. It's a wonderful healing accelerator. So do your own research and what it can do, what it's good for. I mean, I can try to explain, but you better read it up, and they can explain it much better on websites and white papers and etc. So, but I hope you found it useful, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and hopefully it helps you making your own salve or creams and etc. So yeah, so all said, thank you for watching, and we see you later. Bye bye.